Fellner, live. Worüber Österreich heute spricht, was unser Land bewegt. Fellner, unabhängig, unparteiisch und wirklich kritisch. Fellner, live.
So, jetzt sind wir im Hotel Sacher, also ins Hotel Sacher übersiedelt, und dort gibt es derzeit einen ganz berühmten Gast, der seit dem Wochenende Wien in Wallung versetzt, wenn man so sagen darf. Das ist David Hasselhoff. Alle Hasselhoff-Fans begeistert. David Hasselhoff ist wieder in der Stadt. Er wird heute Abend bei Admiral als neuer Markenbotschafter präsentiert und wird heute Abend sozusagen seine neue Rolle bei Admiral präsentieren, seinen neuen TV-Spot für Admiral präsentieren. Vorher hat er sich ein paar Minuten Zeit genommen für uns. Thank you, David, that you have a few minutes spare time for me. You know, I did a lot of stories about you when I was the editor of Rennbahn Express.
You know, Rennbahn Express was responsible for me being here. Yeah, there was a guy named Reinhard Bemishofer.
Right. Yeah.
And he sent a girl to see me. She won a lunch. Her name is Nikki. I don't know how old Nikki is now. Nikki won a lunch. She said, your record, I'm the Night Rocker, is #1 in my country. And I said, I wasn't very happy because Night Rider was canceled. My marriage was canceled, and I was going through my Ernest Hemingway period. I was very depressed, going, where's your country? And she said, it's called Austria. I said, that's great. Where's Austria? And I opened, and long story, I opened in Wiener Neustadt. And the driver...
Your first concert, right?
My first concert in 1987 was in Wiener Neustadt with my father. I'm still wearing my father's wedding ring.
Right. He was with you on stage, yeah.
He was incredible. And the man who's driving my car, my van, this beautiful van that was given to me by Admiral, is from Wiener Neustadt. He was at my first concert.
So it
was crazy.
Austria is a small country. You always meet the same people.
Linz, Villach, Graz, Salzburg, Vienna, and Wiener Neustadt.
And you will be coming for 3 more concerts this year, I heard.
I am. I'm coming to Wien. I'm coming to my favorite place, Innsbruck, and I'm also going to play Graz. But I think maybe I play Linz too, because last April, one year ago,
there, yeah,
oh my God, they were crazy in Linz, yeah.
So, very super to have you back,
Thank you.
David. Let's talk a little bit about your life and your career, because you're singing in German now, and you're singing mit 66 Jahren fängt das Leben erst an, and it's unbelievable you're 66, like Udo Jürgens when he wrote this song.
You know, when I turned 66 on my birthday, I got a letter from a Swiss magazine, I think called Blick, and they said, you know, you should sing Udo Jürgens' song, 66 Jahre, and I went, it's too hard. And then I went, why not? So I knew Udo Jürgens because I saw him on Wetten Das, I saw him different shows, you know, Schlagerboom. And so I said, life begins at 66, we're going to have some fun. And I jumped in the ocean, and it was quite cold. And I just said, happy birthday to me. And I got all these response, amazing, like 100,000 views. So I decided to do the song maybe in concert. So the other night...
So this will be your new hit single, right?
Well, I don't know, you know, I doubt it because, you know, I did David Bowie's Heroes. Dann sind wir Helden für diesen Tag. In my last concert, it was a big song. It meant something to me because I was in Berlin and stayed above the Bahnhof, you know, and it was a song about freedom. It's amazing that Looking for Freedom is 30 years old, but people are still looking for freedom, and it's part of my soul. So now, people that were 8 years old coming to my concert are 38, and now their children are singing Looking for Freedom.
That's great.
It's great.
They will do it when you come for the concert.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your career. I'm sort of on your side with posters and stories since you started Baywatch. This was what year? What year did you start Baywatch?
1989.
1989,
Yeah.
you started Baywatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And it was a sort of flop at the beginning, I was told.
Yeah,
So
it wasn't really a flop. It was just, you know, the network got involved and they were killing everyone in Malibu Beach. I thought no one would want to come to Malibu because they were being killed. So I said, no, this is about saving lives. And they canceled us the first season. So we found out that it was big enough because of looking for freedom that Beta Taurus, which is a distribution company, said, can you bring me more Knight Rider? I said, no. I have a new show called Baywatch. Does it have a car? I said, no, there's no car in it. No car. You sure you cannot bring me more Knight Rider? I said, no, it's called Baywatch. And so they said, no car? I said, no. They said, okay, we buy it anyway. So because of Beta Taurus and because of the international financing, we were able to bring it back.
And you did it as a producer. So you were not only the star, you were also the producer. Was the first time you really got into the business?
No, I got into the business in Knight Rider.
I just wanted to say, and there was Knight Rider before. Knight Rider was what year, David?
Knight Rider 82 to 86.
82 to 86 was when you were Knight Rider with this incredible kit, right?
Yeah.
With this incredible car who could do everything, more or less.
And now the car is coming true, all the cars talk.
Yeah. What Kit had.
All the cars drive themselves.
Has Tesla now, right? It was a sort of first Tesla you had
was just
30
like the
years
Tesla.
ago, some sort of vision even, yeah?
I have no idea. I'm doing a show now called Supercars, and it's about me and comparing Kit to the new cars of the future, of today.
So just to keep it in the right series, you started with Knight Rider, then you had this Looking for Freedom hit, which brought you on #1 all over Europe, especially in Austria. And then you had Baywatch, and then came your musical career also in Austria, but also some problems,
Same time, yeah.
The problems was what? Was it divorce? Not very nice,
We're going to talk about problems too?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I know that you're a very sunny Californian character, but there was a phase in your life where you had a little bit problems, right?
No, I think there's a phase of your life called life, you know, and the way you face life is you deal with life. And I deal with my problems. My mother died of breast cancer, and you know what she said? That's life. And, you know, it is life. Life is good, life is up, life is down. Life sometimes is sunny, like California. Life sometimes is fires, like California. Life sometimes is marriage, and I'm very happy. Life sometimes is divorce, and you're not so happy. And if you deal with it, if you deal with life, and you realize that life is not fair, then you're okay. But
how did you manage to cope with it?
How much what?
How did you manage to cope with it, to handle it?
By having people tell me the truth. You know, I have 2 daughters who tell me the truth. They say, Dad, we're worried about you. And I say the same thing to them. I say to my daughters, if you do that, I can't stop you, but this could happen. You're going to do it anyway, no matter what I say. And they say, no, Dad, we will never lie to you. I say, well, you're lying to me now because you're going to lie to me. And if you do that, this is the result. You have to tell people the truth. It's what the world is what the problem, I think, in the world is now. No one tells each other the truth. No one talks. No one grabs a person by the hand and says, hey, you're wearing a burqa. It's okay. It's okay to be Muslim. I'm a Christian. It's okay to like a gay person. It's okay to like a black person. What is wrong with people just getting along? That's what looking for freedom is. I'm looking for freedom, the freedom to be yourself, the freedom to be happy, the freedom to be free, and the freedom for someone to tell you the truth before you do something bad to yourself. And that's, the other night I was on television and I promised my wife, no politics. But the man was talking BS.
It was fantastic to see you explode, David. Yeah, it was really great, and I think you had a lot of fans who thought it's great that you say what you say.
He was putting down
to tell the listeners, it was the show of Markus Lanz im ZDF, und Patrick Lindner war Gast von der FDP und hat einen unglaublichen Unsinn dahergeredet über Klimawandel und was die Politik nicht alles bla 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 bla, right?
And there was
und da war eine Schülerin,
a
schoolgirl, opposite him and said, "You are lying," and then you exploded, right?
Yeah. Because he wouldn't let her talk.
Yeah.
And because people in America who've lost people in school are killing themselves because they go out and they say, "Stop, stop." And nobody listens. So they kill themselves. And that pisses me off. And that pissed me off that he wasn't listening to that girl because he's a politician. And you know what he said? He said, politicians are not experts. That's what he said. That's what the man told me.
I know, I saw it.
I know, but he said that. And I said, you're not an expert. How can you possibly talk about climate control if you're not an expert? The girl is trying to say, someone help. Please help us live a life. You know, I grew up in the 80s. In the 90s. We were happy. Everybody was happy. We were having a party every night. Everything was great.
But nobody would have expected that you have this sort of political engagement you have, David. Yeah?
Even my wife.
That was great. That was really great.
You know
because you are very, very engaged in a position of weapons, right?
But it's obvious. Isn't it obvious?
Yeah.
If you're blessed, you're blessed. You're doing an interview right now. You're blessed. You give that blessing to someone else. If you're not blessed, help them. You know, help that person across the street. You know, if I walk across the street and I wear a hat and I walk like that, no one notices me. If I take off my hat and smile, they had a bunch of people walking into the Sasha Hotel. They must have been the average age 80.
Yeah.
And they're all walking in, and then they're looking at me, and I went, "Hello," and they all went, "Hi," and they all acted like school children. If you just smile at someone, you can affect them. You can change it, you know? But it starts with us. It starts with the person at home. And I think the parents, I have to say the parents in Germany, the parents in Austria, they're really good with their children. Because they're singing Looking for Freedom.
Yeah.
How do they know me?
But you have a political engagement against weapons, for climate, etc., right?
I have a human engagement. I'm a human being. I have a right to have a private moment in my home. I have a right to have privacy. I have a right not to be interviewed about my personal life because it's my personal life. My job is to make everyone at home happy and to do the best I can on stage. That's my job. And my job is maybe to take a selfie because it's going to make someone happy. You know who I took a selfie with today? The Polizei.
Yeah.
When I walked in.
In front of the door.
In front of the door. First, the police stopped me.
Yeah.
And they all want to take a picture all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, from...
It's great. That's a thing I adore on you since the first moment I saw you in Wiener Neustadt. That you love your fans so much, right? You love them.
Well, back in 1987, it was like, we are the Austrians, we are the Germans, we are going to sing, and I'm going, what's wrong with these people? Go on the audience. I've been looking for freedom, and you grab a lady, and you touch them, and they go, it's a Knight Rider, he touched me. It means the world to them. They will tell 100 people. And you know what, to me, it means the world to me. My mother told me, she said, doesn't matter if there's 10 people in the audience or 10,000. You do the same show.
Yeah, that's what you do, right?
I do the same
Because you
show.
love the fans, right?
You know what, I did 65,000 people the other night. I walked off stage and I said, yeah, good show. I was good because I was singing good, you know? I've done other shows where I felt bad. I felt like I didn't do the best I could, and the audience, they love me.
David, you have a new job in Austria now.
Yes.
You are Markenbotschafter for Admiral.
Yes.
What does this mean to you, and why
You
are
know
you
what?
doing it?
I met the man who started Admiral today. And he is really cool. He started as a butcher.
I know him. He's fantastic.
He started as a butcher.
He's the second or third richest Austrian.
I know, but he's a nice guy.
He's a super guy.
And
yeah?
he has a fantastic car collection.
Mr. Graf.
Mr. Yeah, and his nickname is Hans.
Yeah.
I gave him a rescue can, you know, from Baywatch, and said to Hans, Professor Hans, because it's Johann. And Hans, I guess, is the nickname.
Yeah.
So you know what? I saw Admiral in Marbella. And I was in Marbella. I said, stop the car. I went in. I went, nice. So I called up and I said, hey, make the deal with Admiral. And I walked outside, went to the photo, and he saw the photo.
It's a nice place for playing games, right?
You know what? If you're going to, I put a spin on it. So if you're going to walk into Admiral and watch a game, you're going to feel good. You're going to be cheering. You're going to have fun. You can only bet a certain amount, so you can't lose too much. But you may walk away with a ticket to my concert. So
that's a special extra.
exactly. So if you go home and your wife says, "Where were you?"
Yeah.
I was at Admiral. Did you lose money? Yes, but I have a ticket
For you.
for David Hasselhoff. And she goes, "Okay."
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just a little. But it's unbelievable that his story is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He started with 12 people. He has 30,000. I saw the whole thing.
It's a worldwide #1 company now
I went
on
all,
gaming. Yeah.
I went through Novamatic, you know, I went through how they make the machines and met everyone, you know, and I have to say in the beginning I was a little skeptical going, then when I saw and I heard the story and I met him today, just before this interview, sounds like he's upstairs. I met him, and he was such a nice guy that at the very end I thought, okay, this is good.
So you're proud of being ambassador for Admiral now?
I think I'm proud of being alive, I'm proud of being successful, and I'm proud of Austria because Austria has embraced me. And now with Admiral, it's going to be hopefully worldwide. We did a commercial yesterday, and it was great.
It will be a TV commercial with the Hoff, I heard, yeah?
Ich hoffe, du gewinnst.
Yeah, which is a nice claim.
I hope you win.
And this will bring you to Austria now a lot of times.
Well, I'll come.
Two or three times or something.
I've
like
been here
that.
3 times already this year, you know, but I will be back, you know.
You like the place?
You know what? I've been to Austria, 6 times this year. I go skiing in Saalbach Hinterglemm. I love Saalbach Hinterglemm. And so I have a chalet up there that I always frequent. And then I'm going back again in the summer because I want my wife to see how nice it is in the summer.
That's a special story, you and your life, right? She's 30, you are officially 66, actually you're 46
she's
in my opinion.
39.
39?
Yeah.
I thought
Maybe
she's
we
sort
have
of
the
30
40th
years younger
birthday at
than
your
you are.
house.
Yeah.
In Malibu.
Yeah, you can do it.
I come to your house.
Or you can make one more
cameras.
wedding ceremony
just
or
go.
something like this.
We are.
Yeah,
we're going back. We're going back to Italy.
Do it on the beach there. Yeah?
I am. I'm going back to Italy to celebrate our first 1
But
year.
it's the big love of your life. So
You know,
this
it's
is
kinda
the
like-
story of life as you told me
As
a
I
few moments
imagined it.
ago. Yeah.
When I saw her,
Yeah.
I felt something physical. Not, I wanted to jump in bed with her, but I felt physical, like there's something besides just spending an evening together. I didn't care about that. I'm a gentleman. I come from old school, you know?
Yeah, but isn't it fantastic after such a super career, after even such a maybe hard time for a short time, and now this beautiful life you have with a new wife, with everything fantastic, you're touring around the world and...
Don't you imagine, I mean, it's like Sigmund Freud said, don't teach your children logic, teach them imagination. So if you see it and you believe it, you're going to live it. I saw her in my head. When I saw her, I went, there's the girl who's in my head. Oh my God. But she's so much younger. I thought, she'll never go for me. It took me a little while, but
But then you made it.
She loves me now.
So, the new David Hasselhoff is younger than ever before.
No, my body's falling
looking
apart.
better than ever
Thank
before.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loves Austria more than ever before.
I do.
And will be the new ambassador for Admiral,
And-
which you sort of inaugurate this evening.
Well, I'm the new ambassador tonight, and then what's happening is I talked to Hans, Professor Johann, and we talked about the Golden Circle. So when I play Vienna Stadthalle and the 10th of October, then I have a whole group of Admiral, hopefully the winners come to my concert, and
Be there
I
in the Golden
guarantee.
Circle. Be in the Golden Circle.
You know what? It's
It's
going
a
to be
very special Hasselhoff treatment.
It's Vienna. I've already I filmed Vienna last year because I knew Vienna would be great. It was awesome, and part of my new album is we are giving away the tour as a gift for your box set. So it's fun.
So, David, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Glad to have you in Austria.
Did your house
Hope to
didn't
see-
burn up?
No. Did
Good.
your house burn out?
No, it jumped. I live in Calabasas. It jumped the freeway, burned
Me
up
too.
Thomas's
Me
house.
too. It jumped from one national park to the other national
Yeah.
So thank you very much, David, for having time.
Thank you.
Hope to have you on the show as often as you are in Vienna.
Thank you.
Okay,
Alles klar.
thanks.
Dankeschön.
Bye-bye. Have a
Auf
good time.
Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen.